Hello everyone, my name is Isabel and welcome back to my personal finance channel, Your Friendly Budgetarian. Hi, if you guys are new here in my channel, I am documenting my path towards financial freedom, and I am starting it off by paying 6 figures worth of student loans that I have accumulated from pharmacy school. If you guys want to know about the full details, I have recently uploaded my debt payoff summary for 2021, and I will also link my debt confession story in the description box below. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing my first monthly budget closeout for January of this year. And I guess just to summarize it all, it wasn't a very good month for me. I definitely overspent in some of the categories and also did not do much with regards to savings. So that I am really disappointed, but it is what it is. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so as you guys can see, this is just an overview for my budget breakdown, and we are going to talk about each one of them. And so with that said, I'm just going to go ahead and just zoom over for each of the different categories that we will be talking about. So paycheck wise, I did okay, or I guess I should commend myself, I did more than okay, because first is that the first paycheck that I got, that was from back half of like the last week of December, and also that has a holiday pay because technically I did work like a holiday per se, and there's also, so at our company, at the government that I work at, we also have what we call differential pay. So if you do work either like swing shift or during the weekends, you do have an extra pay for that. And then the second week, I believe that's when I had my like about 4 hours of overtime. So definitely more than the $3,300 that I have budgeted or accounted for. And then with regards to my pre-tax contribution, so that is, I projected to put in about at least $350 per paycheck for my 401k. But the thing is, again, the first paycheck, that's also counting the last week of December. So my previous calculation of my 401k was different from the start of this year. So it's not necessarily exactly $700, but it's $593.40. Side hustle, I really didn't do anything. I didn't even try to sell a new item, so for sure that's $0. And I actually had, for my checkings rollover, I had to correct it because I technically owed my fiance some money, but we kind of, I guess, just just corrected it. So then I put back the money that I was supposed to owe him back into my checkings. So all in all, it's $9,737.15. But technically, the first two really is the one that counts more for like paycheck wise. So going over the fixed and monthly expenses. So for the mortgage, we have this house, my fiance and I bought this house, but he pays more for the mortgage and I pay more of the bills. So even if it's set up that way, the mortgage definitely still higher, so I'm okay with paying the rest of the bills. But for mortgage, I do add an additional $61.98 to pay additional principal payment. For electricity and gas, I didn't have to pay anything for this month because of the fact that I signed up for flex pay. And I did mention that in my February budget video. Basically, what that program is that they average out our monthly payment for the electricity and gas and whatever that is. That's the one that is set up that we pay every month. So no matter what the reading for the outage and everything, if it goes either under or above, we pay that amount, and whatever is the excess at the end of the year, it's either going to be given back to us through a form of, I don't know, like maybe cash back or something, or we can just roll it over for like next year's payment, I believe. So that's that. So it will start this month of February, and the budgeted money, or I mean the average money that they calculated was $110. So I have explained that in my February budget as well. For internet is still $65. Waste management, we paid $64.92, and we pay this quarterly. So for the next 2 months, for February and March, I don't have to worry about that anymore, as well as the sewage system, which is $150.78. For the subscriptions, it's just $2.99. I thought I double checked all my accounts already, but I didn't see for the other subscription service that we have. So I'm not really quite sure. But again, I'll probably have to double check that again. Phone, probably that's the only bill that my fiance is just shouldering, because he first signed up for it, and then I was basically added onto his plan. So just to make things not confusing, we will just maintain it that way, and then if ever there's changes, then I will change the budget. And then water is $34.38. So for the total for fixed and monthly expenses is $380.05. Now for the variable, so this is where it kind of goes a little bit crazy this month. Definitely not happy about this. I even halfway through, I was already feeling for the month, because, well, one, I could kind of see already that I'm overspending with some of the categories, and then two, the stock market is crashing. I mean, not in like the worst way or anything. I mean, it's normal that this happens with the stock market, but it's just kind of frustrating that like two things that I don't want to happen is happening like in the first month of the year. So it just sucks, but we're gonna get through this. I will definitely try to catch up for this month. If ever I could technically have an opportunity to do overtime if I want to, especially again, it's becoming crazier. But I'll just try to make sure that, you know, I don't like, again, overwork myself to the point that I'm burning out. So for now, you know, we'll just kind of breathe through this month of February, and then we'll see how it goes. So starting first with the grocery, $552.71. Again, I don't really want to defend myself, especially with this variable expenses, because obviously I do have control over these. But the thing is, inflation is real. Definitely all the prices are increasing. So unfortunately, I probably should honestly increase the budget for that. But I already set my budget for February. Hopefully it stays that way. So housing is $264.61. I have my budget planner right here, so if ever I'm looking down, I'm trying to look and see what did we pay for, and yeah, I think we went to Costco for that. Like typically Costco, that obviously that falls under grocery, but if what we bought are like more of household items rather than like just food alone, then I put it under household. So I think we bought a couple of things for the house, and Target Target is always like at fault, but obviously it's my fault, not Target actually. So yeah, that was that for household. For personal, $546.21. It hurts my feelings that it's 400 more. I mean, housing already. We typically don't spend anything for housing, but we did. And then personal. Okay, so first off, obviously my hair. I did tell that about my February budget video. This was like kind of unplanned. It was more of a spur of the moment thing, but I am happy though. I felt really relaxed that day, and you know, from time to time I do need that kind of attention or like a spa day, I guess I would say. So that's that. And then I also bought some stuff at Staples for sending out I think the gift to my parents and my niece. I bought some clothes, but it's not necessarily, well, I guess it's not like work clothes, but like more for like winter gear stuff. And then also, I also booked flight as well for this month. So technically I could count that for February, but I did count that in January because I paid for it last month. So a couple of things that I did not even plan for, which I should have, but I didn't. Next is medical and health, nothing. Transportation, so this one is definitely unplanned. It kind of is an accident per se, I guess. So actually back in December, like nearing towards the end of December, I skid because of the snowstorm that we had. So unfortunately I hit my tire. Thank God though that it's only just one tire, which is like the front left of my car, and so it hit the tire valve or the air tire valve. I don't know what you call it, but so it hit that, and they had to replace the sensors, and I guess I kind of fixed the whole thing in there, which cost me about, I think it was about $200 or something. And then I also had gas, which typically lasts for 2 months, so that at least I'm okay. But yeah, the other one was definitely an accident. But I mean, at least it's not something that I'm not gonna be able to, you know, pay off like in like increments, incremental payments, but I can pay it off for this month, so not too worried about that. Eating out, I overspent about $35. I mean, total is $135.45. Yeah, this month really had a lot of stuff happened. As you guys will see for the later categories. Donations, this one I'm not too happy. I always try to put at least $150, but I was only able to put $100. So I mean, even though it's green, I'm honestly sad that it's not like red or something. Like typically I'm always fine with the donations being red, but I'm not. I mean, for this month. Gifts, so this one I kind of changed because of some of the circumstances that happened for the month. Instead of like my gift for my fiance, it kind of became a trip. Not necessarily something that we planned for. It's more of a family trip, but I'm just not gonna explain more details about it because it's just too personal, I guess. But yeah, gifts for him is about $207.14. And then let's see here, the trip that we went to, cost us about $1,052.76. That's including the hotel, and then the stuff that we did there, different activities, and definitely that's technically for two. So if you think about it, it's about $500 each, and we stayed in LA for like 3 or 4 days or something. So that's that. So it's, instead of the $2,500 that I budgeted for variable expenses, it's now at $3,104. Now going on to savings, it's just, oh goodness. Savings or sinking funds. So the thing is, I had a problem with M1 Finance. I mean, not with them per se, but it's just with my account trying to basically connect to my bank. So it took a couple of days for that. So that's why I wasn't really able to transfer some money. So it definitely sucks that happened, because you kind of don't think about it in your head when you have like no way of transferring the money. So because of that, like I was like subconsciously, I guess, like, oh, I have this extra money that I should have spent towards my savings, but I didn't, and instead I spent it towards like personal expenses. So yeah, it sucks. So yeah, for my checkings account for M1 Plus, so I was debating if I were to save up my student loans until the forbearance end on May 1st, or just keep on saving paying off my loans. So I think now that my bank account is like fixed and everything, I think I'm just gonna start to do that, because I do have about $5,500 in my M1 Spend Plus right now, and I accrued about $4 for the interest because of that 1%. So I'm like, maybe it is a good idea. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna start to do that. M1 Finance, I didn't put anything for like my other brokerage account in there, because again, problem with the bank account. Crypto, I put in $20, but it still sucks because it's still down. So yeah, for my Wealthfront brokerage account, that I was like, well, if I'm not gonna put in my money in M1 Finance, I told myself, like, I'm just gonna put a lot in my brokerage account in Wealthfront. So I put in $250 instead of the $100 that I planned for. My Roth or traditional, so now that I look at my my base income, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna surpass that income limit for the Roth IRA. So now I'm just gonna be doing the backdoor Roth. And so for now, I'm just gonna be putting money into my traditional IRA, which I made an account for in M1 Finance. So yeah, we'll see about that. But again, with the bank account, like I have to, with the bank account, I didn't put anything. So yeah. HSA, I don't know why, for some reason, it's still not deducting from my paycheck. It's still not being deducted from my paycheck. So I had to figure that out. I did submit a ticket to my payroll and see what is the reason why there is a delay in everything. And I think all they responded to was, it takes a couple of weeks, I guess. So if this month of February and I still don't see any deductions from my paycheck, I'll probably just have to basically transfer it directly from my bank account, because it doesn't make sense and it's just like a waste of time and everything. And then for my TSP or 401k, so that I put $593.40. So all in all, I only put about $863.40 for my savings, which sucks. I am like missing $900. It breaks my heart. It truly does, but it's okay. And yeah, I mean, right now it's even a good time to invest, save money, because the stock market is down. So if anything, you could possibly be buying the stocks at a discount price, but I'm not taking advantage of that, and I should. So yeah, lesson to me. I gotta make it. I really need to make it up for the month of February. So wish me luck, guys. All right, probably the only good thing that happened this month, I mean financial wise, is that for my debts, I paid off $5,000, and it's $2,000 more. Now, if you think about it, I could have potentially no red marks, right? Like I could, pay off my loans. I mean, will be similar to what I planned for my budget. But I just ended up basically spending 50% of my income to my debt. So now looking at the breakdown, as you guys can see, so my budgeted breakdown, about 37.9% of my income should have gone through to my debts, but the actual breakdown is that 53.5% of my income went to my debt. So that's the reality of budgeting. Sometimes you never really are not able to follow it, but sometimes you are able to follow it to a T. But just this month, it's just not good for me. So yeah, it sucks, but it is what it is. So yeah. So that's it for my budget closeout video. I hope that you guys learned a thing or two from my budgeting. And if you guys are interested in using my template, let me know in the comments. And if I do get, I would say if I do get 100 or maybe 500 likes in this video, I will share the template to you guys. So I guess that's just, in a way of saying thank you for supporting me in my platform. And yeah, I just hope that you guys create good financial decisions, not like the ones that I did for the past month. And I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye.